Have you ever wondered why darkness still makes people uneasy? Even today, many adults sleep with a small light on. Strange noises at night make our hearts race. Shadows seem to move. And walking alone after sunset feels completely different than walking the same path during the day. But what if I told you this fear isn't just in your imagination? It's a survival instinct that has been living inside the human brain for hundreds of thousands of years. Long before cities, electricity, and flashlights existed, night wasn't peaceful. It was a battlefield. For ancient humans, sunset meant the world had suddenly become much more dangerous. During the day, they could see predators from a distance. They could gather food, hunt animals, and communicate with their tribe. But when the sun disappeared, everything changed. Their strongest survival tool, vision, became almost useless. Meanwhile, many predators were only getting started. Lions, hyenas, wolves, giant cats, and other hunters could see better in the dark. They could hear tiny movements. They could smell fear from far away. Ancient humans couldn't compete. Imagine sitting beside a small fire. Beyond the light, complete darkness. You hear leaves moving. A branch snaps. Something is watching, but you can't see it. That uncertainty was often more terrifying than the predator itself. Scientists believe the human brain evolved to treat unknown sounds in darkness as potential threats. It was safer to assume danger than to ignore it. Those who reacted quickly were more likely to survive. Those who didn't often became someone else's dinner. This is called the better safe than sorry principle in evolutionary psychology. Our brains learned that false alarms were cheap. Being wrong once about a predator could be fatal. That's why even today, an unexpected sound at night instantly grabs your attention. Your ancient survival system is still working. But predators weren't the only problem. Night also brought freezing temperatures. Without modern clothing or insulated homes, ancient people relied almost entirely on fire. Fire gave warmth, fire gave light, and perhaps most importantly, fire created a psychological feeling of safety. Around the fire, people told stories, shared knowledge, planned hunts, and strengthened social bonds. Outside the firelight, the unknown waited. Researchers believe storytelling may have become especially important after sunset. Stories warned children about dangerous places. They taught survival lessons. They explained mysterious sounds. And over generations, these stories evolved into myths, spirits, monsters, and supernatural beings. Many of humanity's oldest legends were born from the darkness. Think about it. Before science explained the world, how would you explain glowing eyes in the forest? Strange howls echoing across the valley? Or shadows moving between trees? The human brain naturally searches for patterns. Sometimes, it creates answers even when none exist. Psychologists call this agency detection. Our ancestors often assumed that something or someone was causing mysterious events. This habit helped them survive real dangers, but it also created ghosts where there were only shadows. As humans evolved, another challenge appeared: sleep. Every night, people became unconscious for hours. That made them incredibly vulnerable. To solve this problem, many ancient groups slept together. Some researchers even suggest that different members of the group naturally stayed in lighter stages of sleep at different times. While some rested deeply, others remained alert. Together, the tribe became much harder to surprise. Community wasn't just about friendship, it was survival technology. Interestingly, modern science shows that many people still experience heightened alertness during the night. Our hearing becomes more sensitive. Unexpected noises wake us faster. Our brains remain partially aware even while sleeping. These are ancient survival systems that never completely disappeared. Of course, darkness itself wasn't evil. It simply removed information. Humans depend heavily on vision. When vision disappears, the brain fills the gaps with imagination. That's why a pile of clothes can suddenly look like a person. A tree branch becomes a monster. A harmless sound feels threatening. Fear grows where certainty disappears. Today, our biggest nighttime dangers are usually very different. Yet millions of people still fear the dark. Not because darkness is dangerous, but because their brains were built in a world where it often was. Every racing heartbeat, every glance over your shoulder, every uneasy feeling in complete darkness is an echo from an ancient past, a time when surviving one more night meant living long enough to see another sunrise. So the next time you're alone in the dark and your imagination begins to race, remember this: your brain isn't broken, it's incredibly old, and for hundreds of thousands of years, being afraid of the night was one of the smartest survival strategies our ancestors ever developed. The darkness hasn't changed nearly as much as we have. But somewhere deep inside every human mind, a tiny part of our ancient ancestors is still waiting for the sunrise.